Hey, thanks for joining in. So last night's chicken piccata was a real big hit. Donnie loved it and said I have to do it again next week.
It was amazing.
It was really good. So tonight, what am I doing tonight? Tonight I am making a few things. One is a black-eyed pea salad. So I'm doing this now. It's almost 3 o'clock so it can sit in the fridge and get all those flavors to marry. Now, what's a black-eyed pea salad? Well, it starts off with black-eyed peas. I got 2 cans of black-eyed peas. I suggest getting the cans and not the frozen. The frozen always seems to be not quite cooked and it really lacks that black-eyed pea flavor that you get in the can with the juice. But I did drain them. So I'm going to put this together as we speak. 2 15-ounce cans. I got 1 jalapeno seeded and remove the ribs and 1 red bell pepper. Into the bag. 1 cup of corn. 1 4-ounce jar of pimentos. A small diced red onion and 2 cloves of garlic. Now for the seasoning. So, got a little bit of, not a little bit, fresh cracked pepper. The air conditioning just kicked on if you just heard some noise. Also, some kosher salt. I always just put, a little smidgen in there. I always re-salt it later because I like it to just, you need some salt. Also a tablespoon of sugar, and this is optional, but I do put cumin in here. Adds a great flavor, which goes with the red wine vinegar. Corn, red wine vinegar, and cumin always have a good flavor. Put all that in there. I have a bunch of cilantro. And the real interesting ingredient is dried oregano. And when it comes to dried oregano, I like to get the Mexican oregano. I think it really has a more robust and bold flavor, and it comes kind of big. So I kind of just go like this and squish them up and all those flavors bloom. Okay. It also has vegetable oil. So I'm going to put the vegetable oil in. And it has a 1/4 cup of the red wine vinegar. There you go. And the last thing that it has is a little bit of hot sauce. Comes to hot sauce, sriracha is my hot sauce of choice. Just a smidgen. And that's it. And basically you just mix it all up. This thing has such a great aroma, and I think because the red wine vinegar and the cumin, the cilantro, everything mixed together always smells so good.
And it's always a fantastic summer salad.
It really is. And with the 2 beans and for the 2 cans of black-eyed peas, basically this is how much it renders, right? This can last us quite a long time. So it holds well in the refrigerator for like 2 to 3 days. But sometimes I get up in the middle of the night and they'll have like a couple of spoonfuls of this.
It truly is amazing. The flavors,
yes,
all the flavors are so wonderful.
I mean, smell-o-vision. Can you smell it?
I can.
I know I can.
I want some right now.
Well, you can't because it's not dinner time. But I am going to put this in the fridge. I'm going to put this in the fridge, and when we come back, which will be a couple of hours, I have a chicken that I've spatchcocked. And if you don't know what spatchcocking means, it's basically taking the backbone out of the chicken and putting your chicken down right on the breastbone so that it's like this. And why do you spatchcock a chicken? Because you can actually cook it much faster, so it's evenly cooked as opposed to if your chicken was whole, getting all the insides to be all the same temperature. You might find out in the thigh might be a little bit more undercooked than the rest of it. So you spatchcock it. We're going to be smoking that. But when we come back, I'll be seasoning that and getting it ready for the grill. So we'll see you back in a few hours, and for you it'll be about 1/10 of a second. See you later. Hey, we're back. It's about 4:15. So I started doing this to the chicken And I thought, darn it, I didn't get this on film. So, Donnie, point down a little bit. So I ended up cutting my spatchcock chicken right at the breastbone. So now I got 2 half chickens. These are pretty big. And I also brined these chicken, this chicken this morning. So it's been brining for about 8 hours. And I brined it in a salt solution with some apple juice, some salt, some pepper, any kind of herbs. I think I even put Italian seasoning in there, and let it brine all day long. I just took it out of the brine, dried them off, and I made a compound butter, which just was butter, a little bit of salt, and some fresh rosemary and thyme, whipped it all up and put it under the skin of the breast and the leg quarter. And I seasoning it with this sweet smoky rub. It's really good on chicken. I think it's best on chicken than anything else. And so I'm gonna let this set for a couple of hours, probably an hour and a half in the fridge, and let all the seasoning sit in there. And then I'm gonna go on and turn the smoker on, and then we'll take it from there. So when we come back, I'll be turning on the smoker, and we'll see what this chicken looks like after it's rested in the fridge with all the seasoning on it. Should be good.
Good night.
Okay, I got my chicken ready, got my smoker ready. Look, see it's all smoking. I've set it at 350 degrees. Okay, here it is. Okay, 350 degrees. I'm going to put my thermometer into the biggest part of the breast because I want it to be about 165. Got my ThermoPro here. Okay. I'm going to set my temperature to get to about 160 and then 155 to 160, and I'm going to put some barbecue sauce on it after about 45 minutes. Let it thicken up, tighten up. We'll see you back then.
Go.
Ooh, okay, so it's about 155 degrees, and I'm gonna sauce it up with my favorite barbecue sauce. It's gotta get to 165, so now's the time to do the work. Yeah. Ooh, look, the skin came out. This is going to sit for probably another 10-15, well, until it comes to 165. And then I'm going to take it off. Those look pretty good.
Yummy.
Well, we're going to find out. Okay, we'll see you back in a bit. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we're done here. It's at 165, 162 or 163. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna take these in. Let's follow us in, Donnie. Follow this in. Follow us in. Okay. All right, we're gonna let this sit. We're gonna let it rest. The temperature is perfect at about 165. It's all done because I took it out at about 160, 159. So I could put the sauce on. Now we're going to let it rest. Oh, and we'll be back.